Hey, what's up, big dreamers? Katie Ryan's your registered dietitian, breaking it down in the kitchen. Today, I have a challenge for you and for myself. I want to be a minimalist, I want to be zero waste, I want to save money and do whatever I can to be prepared for the week. So I'm not going to be going grocery shopping unless I seriously need to. I'm cleaning out my fridge, cleaning out those cupboards, using what I already have in there. Hopefully this inspires you. Let's just throw whatever we have together and be practical. Like, sometimes we aren't gonna have the fanciest food, most delicious situation, and that's okay. I don't know about you, but I just want to save some money and I just want to be prepared for the week and know that I don't have to worry about what I'm gonna eat later. So let's go get to it and use whatever I have, whatever leftovers I have in the cupboard and in the refrigerator to fuel me for the week. I got these frozen carrots just in case for a retreat. So I do chef at retreats, and like, you never know if you're gonna have enough food, if people are gonna be like super hungry. So I always have something backup like that. So I have some of this left over. Bonza Pasta, their marketing team is really genius, and they send registered dietitians and influencers and stuff like lots and lots of their pasta. So I have a bunch of Bonza Pasta, and I love bean pasta. It's really great source of protein, iron and fiber, gluten-free, cooks really quick. I love it. I happen to have a giant thing of marinara, half of a bag of these power greens, some whole wheat lasagna pasta, some kale, half of an avocado. This is frozen whole wheat pizza dough from Trader Joe's. I have 2 cans of beans, pinto beans, and black beans, and half of a thing of Tostitos in the fridge, which was also left over from a retreat. And I actually spilled the quinoa everywhere opening this, but I've got some quinoa as well. Alright, with all the stuff that I have, just thinking in my head, I'm going to use the beans and the quinoa together with the salsa and make like a Mexican flair situation. And I'm going to make a giant pot of pasta. When I'm prepping like this, I make a lot of food. Like, if I'm gonna spend some time in the kitchen, I'm not just gonna make a little bit of food for myself. Like, sometimes that's fun to do. This is a time where, yeah, I'm trying to save some money and I don't want to prep any more food later this week. My schedule is pretty intense this week, so I don't have much time to just be in the kitchen making messes, cleaning up my messes. First, I'm going to put the frozen carrots into the colander so that when I dump the cooked pasta into the colander, it automatically cooks the carrots at the same time. In this pot, I'm going to boil both boxes of Bonza pasta and the box of lasagna. I love quinoa because it's actually not a grain, it's more of a seed. So people say that it digests really well. It's also a complete protein and has more iron than rice. In my quinoa pot, I'm literally just going to dump in this jar of salsa. This is like, instead of red rice, it's red quinoa. I know, I'm so smart. I love garlic, so I'm also gonna mince up some garlic in here. Alright, we've got the red quinoa boiling on the left and the pasta on pasta boiling on the right. I'm telling you, this is really exciting. I don't know when I'm ever gonna make lasagna. I can always buy more lasagna noodles if I want to. And I really hope this gives you some ideas, whether you're in college, super busy, you wanna be a minimalist, not wasteful. Who knows how long that box of lasagna is gonna be hanging out in my cupboard. So let's use what we got, you know what I'm saying? Gotta shock it with cold water. Oh man. Who doesn't love lasagna noodles? Cooked to perfection. I haven't had a lasagna noodle like that in so long. It reminds me of when I was really little, when my mom would make lasagna. She would leave the leftover lasagna noodles that like wouldn't fit in the lasagna for me and my sister to eat. And that totally just brought me back to that. It was really nice. Alright, all these noodles and everything are gonna go back in the pot. Alright, only a few things fell on the floor. We're looking good. Here we go. We got this giant pot of amazingness. And it looks like some of these carrots are still frozen. Quick side note, these carrots do have a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of like seasonings on them. They already are pre-cooked and frozen. Trader Joe's, shout out, like they have really good pre-cooked things. Normally, like I don't like to use any oil or cook with any oil or eat any oil. It's just a really dense source of calories. We don't really need it. I prefer to get my fat from the whole food, so I would rather eat olives instead of olive oil. I'd rather eat avocado instead of avocado oil. And if I'm sauteing or anything like that, I like to use water and just keep some water nearby if it starts to dry out. Little tip for you there. Quick practical tip as well, if you cannot get your pasta sauce jar open or any kind of jar, just bang it on the side of your countertop and it'll pop right open in a second. Also, this marinara sauce, no salt added, very important. We don't want to have more than 300 milligrams of sodium per serving. This is really, really good. Also, low fat is preferred. We don't want to have a lot of olive oil, a lot of oils in our products either. So this is a great product. Now I'm going to dump literally all of this, that noise though, all of this sauce into the pot. Yay. And mix, 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 mix. Yay. A little bit more dill. This is not weed, this is dill, dill weed. Yum, 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 yum. I love dill. So I added a little bit of dill here, a little bit of garlic there. It's all about figuring out what you like, what works for you. Do you like nutmeg or onion, cinnamon, whatever? There's so many spices and flavorings out there to have fun with and experiment with. Screw the recipes, like don't follow a recipe, maybe follow a recipe now and again, but how often do we really have every single ingredient in those recipe books? Some people love nutritional yeast and soy sauce and that kind of a thing. So there's so much we can do to experiment and have fun. So really all about making it your own, going crazy, cricket, cricket, stirring up the pot, having a great time in the kitchen. For canned beans, it's a really good idea to rinse them off. Look at how pretty these beans are. They're so beautiful and cute. Yum. This red quinoa is looking as fluffy and fantastic as ever. It smells so good. And with our red quinoa, I'm going to put in the beans and mix, 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 mix. This looks amazing. I always love to put some greens underneath everything I eat. Does anyone else feel like their meal is missing something if it doesn't have some greens in there? My gut bacteria is so on fleek that it just craves the greens. Like, it can still be intuitive. You don't necessarily have to eat the meals that you prep for yourself. Something to have with you at work so that you don't have to keep leaving to get food or go through a drive-thru or anything like that. Like, this is a lifesaver, you know what I mean? This really helps me feel grounded, helps me feel taken care of. I'm also going to add a tablespoon of sunflower seeds to each of these. Sunflower seeds, really great source of protein, fiber, and vitamin E. A lot of people don't get enough vitamin E. Sunflower seeds are a great source. Cool about vitamin E and what's so important about it is that it is a fat-soluble vitamin. It's necessary to eat a little bit of fat to get in your vitamin E. And vitamin E is so important for protecting our DNA. I'm always pretty intentional with how I make my meals and how I combine my meals. So as you can see in this particular dinner meal, yes, we have our greens. I always feel like something is missing if there's no greens on the bottom there. Also, the types of pasta that I use. So I like to combine a legume as well as a whole grain. So the legume is the bean pasta, the chickpea bonza pasta, and the whole grain is the whole wheat lasagna pasta. And then there's a couple of veggies in there with the tomato sauce and the carrot coins and the source of healthy fat on top as a garnish. So healthy fat as a garnish, your vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and then greens. And that's basically how I build my meals. And if you don't want to prep it all like this, it's okay to just like put your prep in a giant container in the fridge and like put it into a container like this when you're ready to go. You don't have to do it all like this ahead of time, but if you got the Tupperware, you might as well. So here we have 7 dinners, 7 meals for myself. I did not go grocery shopping at all to make these Yay! And I'm just gonna take my leftover kale. I'm going to sprinkle what I got into each container. Salsa, probably not the best source of vegetables. Avocado, also an amazing source of healthy fats and vitamin E. These look delicious. My red quinoa, kale, and avocado. So proud of myself. Spent zero money on this ish. Okay, you just saw how I made 5 lunches and 7 dinners, not spending any money, just cleaning out my freezer and my refrigerator and my cupboards. Very exciting. I really want to use this pizza dough. I've never seen this done before. I don't even know if it's gonna turn out any good or what, but I decided that I want to bake it. I want to use it as a snack, as a little something something. So I got this pizza crust, this whole wheat pizza crust at Trader Joe's. Can you tell I shop at Trader Joe's? And it's been in my freezer. I happen to have some brown rice flour in the cupboard. So I'm just going to lightly flour this. Cut it into 8 pieces. And then on a parchment-lined baking sheet, parchment, not wax paper, very different things. I'm just taking each piece and rolling it in my hands like this. This is so fun. Like, by no means am I a pretzel expert at all. They're all beautiful. They're all beautiful in their own way. I keep adding a little bit of flour to my hands when it gets sticky. That helps a lot. And just fold it over. I think that's my best one yet. Check it out. Looks like a pretzel. Now, I'm not a huge fan of salt or oil, so I'm just gonna grate some fresh garlic and combine it with tahini and lemon juice that I happen to already have in the fridge. Put a little bit on each one of these guys. This should be really, really yummy, like, really yummy. I wonder what this would be like with like peanut butter or almond butter instead of tahini. That would be dangerous. I'm shaking some dill up in here. But I'm going for more of like a garlic bread vibe with some tahini sauce, yeah. The instructions on the pizza bag say to preheat the oven to 475 degrees, so that's what I did. And into the oven they go. I'm gonna let these babies cook for 10 minutes. Who's excited about these pretzels? I can't believe it, how fun. So there's a reason why that pizza dough has been in my freezer and I have never made it. It's probably been there for a while. I really want to help people truly heal from the inside out, and anything that we bake, especially at an oven at 475 degrees, that's super hot, isn't necessarily a health food, you know what I mean? Like, at least pasta, it doesn't go over 212 degrees because that's how hot boiling water gets. But when we bake things, we're really killing the food, you know? There's no way there's alive enzymes in there. Or it's also a dry heat method when we bake things, so for health, we need to have high water content foods in our diet. Our body is mostly water, our muscles need water, our blood needs water. So it's really, really essential that we're eating foods that have a lot of water. Anything that we bake, any kind of bread or anything dried, even dehydrated, is going to dehydrate us. So I personally don't think that baking things all the time is the best thing. However, I'm gonna do this challenge and use what I got in my fridge, show all of y'all that it's possible to... Oh, my timer just went off, yay! Oh my gosh, they smell so good. Yum. OMG. Ow. These look so yummy. I mean, honestly, they look like crusty, like who knows what, but I think they look good. It smells amazing. The dill, oh, so yummy. Alright, I figured I gotta try one while it's warm, right? Oh, how cute. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I'm just gonna bite on into it. It just tastes like dough. Thank you so much for watching. Today you learned how I experiment in the kitchen, how to save money and clean out your fridge and your cupboards. No excuses, people. It's really, really fun and easy to experiment with what we've got, you know? Throw the recipes out the window sometimes and just get lazy, have fun, chill out for a second, no need to get overwhelmed. And this was actually really quick and easy and fun to make. So I hope you had as much fun watching as I did making. Eat your veggies. Hit me up at vitamin.katie on Instagram, subscribe to my channel, let me know what you'd like to see. And it's really cool that I get to challenge myself like this, giving practical tips as far as like how to throw things together. A lot of people don't have time or money. If I can do it, then anyone can do it. This is the situation. I didn't spend any money, and you know, breakfast can be something easy like oatmeal and raisins. Some frozen, I've got frozen blueberries I'll throw together, frozen blueberries, maybe even, I was thinking about putting in a blender some brown rice flour, some peanut butter, some blueberries, and making some kind of pancake situation, you know? Let's get creative and have fun. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit the little bell so that you'll be notified for all of my videos. Let me know what you'd like to see and hit me up. I'll leave my contact info down below. Would love to help you somehow. So thanks for watching. Take a deep breath. So much to be grateful for. We have everything we need and more. Have a wonderful, incredible life. Bye.